Let's get to the trader rundown now with Michele Schneider of the MarketGauge Group. And Michele, a lot of devastating news coming in about those horrific tornadoes. How does that play into the trading day? And do you gauge that as a trader?
Well, it's a horrible, unfortunate tragedy, and certainly it puts a lot of people having to rebuild, whether it's their homes. In some cases, there are still thousands of people without power. And so from that perspective, you might get some kind of a short-term blip, but it wasn't enough numbers, I think, to really impact, say, the insurance company or even the construction companies. But what is interesting about it, to me, the takeaway is the fact that we are having very bizarre weather patterns, which I think will continue because of La Nina that is now upon us, which means in certain areas we'll have tremendous drought, in other areas tremendous flood. And of course, these sort of unexpected tornadoes can happen as well. Nor'easters potentially, they're saying, in the Northeast this year. So to me, what it tells you is that no matter what people put out in terms of policy or the Fed with their rates or what have you, the one thing you can never control, we can't control, is Mother Nature. And my bigger question for the market is, how is that going to affect prices of things like lumber and oil and the food commodities like wheat and corn, et cetera? You know, where at what point does that continue to really throw the market more into an inflationary narrative than it already is?
Traders will be very focused on the Fed this week. So what's your Fed trade?
Well, right now, my feeling about the Fed meeting is if you look at the long bonds, the yields are down. So yes, you have this yield curve flattening. And of course, they've been very vocal about tapering, et cetera. And I believe that that's what they're going to say, is that they're still worried now about inflation and that therefore they're looking at hastening the speed of the tapering with rate rises at the end of 2022. So that's already in the market. I don't really expect anything more surprising. Of course, that's always the possibility, but Powell's been kind of a steady hand, even though he may have been late to the inflation party. In terms of the overall market itself, we're in December. And I think a lot of people, not just traders, but I think people are just tired. It's been an exhausting year, very headline-driven year, of course, with the variant and with the Fed and with inflation and with the labor market. So I think this is probably a good time to kind of lay relatively low anyway to see what kind of emerges as we get into 2022.
Very true, Michele. We will just have to power through the rest of the year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.